Welcome back to the channel, buddy. Hope you're doing fine. We continue Rogue Trader. Let's get right to the business. Solomon. Um, Rogue Trader, the marshal is ready to meet you. Do you wish to commence an audience? I would prefer to first know exactly what it is that the head of the Adeptus Abides in the Expanse want to see me about. I do not know the details, but I would assume the procedure is same as it was in Lady Theodora's time. A personal introduction, a reframing of allyship between Dynasty and Adeptus Abides, and discussion of diet-related affairs. Yeah, ready to discuss the business. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of Abides. If there's the same tough as Salmon, then Marshal Gregoros touch. Two markedly decent figure approach his throne. Throne? Yeah, throne, not throne. Or throne, I guess. Marching in front is a man clad in Adeptus Abides armor. He carries his helmet in the crook of his arm, but his stern facade serves him as well as any visor could. He bows to you sharply. Marshal's touch of Adeptus Abides. An old woman walks in the marshal's shadow, her body fitted with thousands of scribing implants and magnifying instruments. If not for her eyes, quick and inquisitive behind a giant pair of ocular lenses, you might have mistaken her for an exotic servitor. Her robe adorned with sacred symbols of Adeptus Administratum. Look at her. Oh yeah, perfect administratum clerk, yeah? Yeah. The woman bows. Rogue Trader Legrand von Lancers are perfect in scriba vulture? Gritty on behalf of Adeptus Administratum. I will now begin the process of official address of the ruler of Dragonas as formalized by Amendment 4-N/10 to Law SK-941. May your name be wreathed in glory for centuries to come. May your fortune ever proliferate. May the God Emperor bestow upon you a duty worthy of his chosen. Her monotonous droning is making you weary. It seems she intends to go on for a good while longer. That's Adeptus Administratum, so don't push them. Get comfortable and listen to the end. The perfect resumes her elaborate formula. You notice a few poorly concealed yawns and friends blinking among the crowd. The speech drags on for another 5 minutes, but you pass this test of fortitude honorably. At last, the perfect address comes to an end. I do not recall seeing you at court. What are you doing in my demands? The marshal leans forward, his voice is low, and when he speaks it fills through a marble ties of a palace had begun to vibrate. The Adeptus Administratum delegation, accompanied by Adeptus Abides, has arrived to greet Lady Theodora's successor and to see to the extension of our dedicated long arrangement. Inscribe, if I may continue for you. As per the decree of Theodora von Valacios or 033N, the representatives of Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites are sanctioned to use Palace's Justice oversee dye collection in the Protectorate and review any and all cases of tide avoidance, tide accidents, or other irregularities. These rights have been formalized in numerous pacts and statutes under the main decree. Considering your new position, you may have yet to acquaint yourself with all these documents. You are the successor of Lady Theodora, whose alliance with our two secret organization forever glorified her as rock trader closely tied to executors of Holy Terra's will, and we as representatives of Adeptus Administratum and Adeptus Adbast must verify that you are able to maintain his alliance has brought such repute your dynasty. The perfect scrutinies you as if trying to estimate your proportions and weights. That is why we have arrived in person, as the present circumstances have provided us with a chance to see if your intentions concord with those the late von Valancius. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't ask that. And what circumstances are those? The perfect lip control into twists. Our work has been disturbed by unforeseen setback regarding communication and transportations, as our requisition set were not adequately prepared. We have lost some of our personnel and resources as a result. The Arbiters are too short-handed to perform all the duties expected of them. Since the first arrival in the expanse, the numbers limited from the outset. We only continued to dwindle. After analyzing the situation in accordance with Amendment FS 8932 to Decree ORD 0373N, we have decided to notify you of a tight violation committed by one of the walls in the regions. The regrettable lapse must be rectified as quickly as possible. The old woman shivers and rubs her augmented hands together with an unwavering creak. Are you implying that I have an obligation to help you? Not at all. You're the Emperor's anointed and you act solely of your own volition. The Marshal's voice makes enforcers in the room flinch. Oh. Your predecessor, Lady Theodora, may the light of the throne illuminate her past and death, always sought to address the needs of both the Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites, because she realized how blessed the important our work is for the good of the Imperium, to say nothing the fact that she honored the laws of her dynasty. About Adeptus Administratum, like, if you think that their work are like miserable and insignificant, just imagine transporting data from one world to another world. Like, you know how it's tough in the real world. Well, if you do know. And just moving the bunch of cargoes, for example, from Terra solar system to the front, to the battlefronts. And this is all the job of Adeptus Administratum. They are really damn important. They're awful by themselves, but their job are really damn important. And which worlds was it that had the misfortune of drawing your attention. Tessera, a feudal vault far from the main routes that has braved on the Imperium slide, then rediscovered less than 2 centuries ago. It supplies agricultural resources and manpower. If one of my governors has missed a type payment, I will simply have them handed and debt collected. Hanged. Oh, hanged. I will I will carry forth the responsibilities taken on by Lady Theodora, and I will offer you my help. Arbatus will be assigned to you for increased security. Proctor Anta, front and center. The martial voice thunders over the Arbatus rank, and Solomon Anta marches over to your throne. His sub-mastiff is at his heel. Thank you for your support. I will go to Tathera as soon as I can. The Emperor protects. The Marshal makes the sound of Aquila in a motion so sharp that you can practically hear it cut in the air. The perfect adjust her ocular lenses with very sign. And once again, no specific given, of course, and my reports, nobody even stopped to think. She quickly catches herself and offers you a bow. Yeah. I do like that she has some kind of a printer out of her back. I guess it was some kind of a printer. And this one is back. Okay. Clementina. Your lordship. Clementina bows her head politely for Chancellor of a rogue trader. She is dressed rather simply, a parade the blade, polished boots and comfortable cloak. She bears a saber in gilded scabbard, whether for show or protection, one could not say. Only her ring with the Viserion coat of arms indicates that she is the highest social status. The governor is waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Venastek succeeds. The sharp gaze, the impeccably straight back, the composure. For a moment you feel like you're looking at your younger version of Abelat himself, not his hair. Judging by the scars on the exposed part of her body, Clementina saw her fair share of combat prior to assuming the position of Chancellor. What's your responsibility, says Chancellor? To put it simply, I'm your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communications and matters are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you and from your own hierarchy. My purview also includes overseeing your lordship's property, the palace, the estate, the many gardens, and the other demands on Dragonos that you have inherited from Lady Theodora, and whenever you are presented to Dragonos, consider me your personal secretary. What can you tell me about Dragonos? All deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, ancestors of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum which allowed for efficient management of the world and the neighboring system. In accordance with a decree, a share of planet's population was assigned by an administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dragonos is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not so humble opinion, They care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think about their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. And lastly, Dragonos has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Does the capital stay in contact with the other worlds in the Protectorate? Unfortunately, not at this time, your lordship. After the few representatives of the Adeptus Astartes Astra Telepathica and Dragons went into a frenzy, some of the Psychers were tragically pacified by the representative authorities. Since then, communication with the neighbor system has been unreliable at best, thanks to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. If the noble houses are so volatile, what the sense is there in keeping them? Yeah, over the many centuries, an intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elite of Dragons. The great houses do more than plunder your treasury, it is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative works and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now it could threaten the fragile stability is currently holding the protectorate together. Um, are there any other issues that I should be aware of? Apart from disturbed communication, Dragonos was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Matthias Viserion, triumphed over the accursed Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. When they succeed, you catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment for the first time. It's obvious that Clementine is looking out for her house's good name. But despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe in her own words. Oh, so it's not that good, yeah? Tell me more about Governor. Urbant is well-respected man and not just at Dragons, but through the Protectorate for many centuries. His house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Von Vanalance systems. The Drystem's efforts secured years of order and prosperity for Dragons. What's more, Lady Theodora personally insisted that Lord Urban specifically be made next governor. Fellowship succeeded. The way you speak of Dresden, I hear a hint of as a contempt or resentment. No, I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. Clementine's steely eyes stare into the distance, her jaw clenching visibly. She speaks in a polite but clipped manner, clearly flustered by your insight. We have different views on how to run the world. We sometimes have discussions over the law that are oh my goodness, I don't know this word. But we both work for the good of the One Valencians Protectorate. That much can be said without doubt. Thank you for the report, Clementine. Achilles' calendar. Does he cause any problems? Why not at all, your lordship. Secretary's Scalander is an outstanding individual and loyal servant of the Von Valancius dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborate a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable, and I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for the man of his, shall we say, standing. The last word bring a slight smile to her lips. Yeah, the governor should wait a little bit more because I'm going to talk to this Achilles calendar. He's, um, how to put that? Interesting specimen. Oh, I would like to know your story. Darth Vader. The slender figure clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shoulders from violent coffin, pressing a gilded respirator to his face, a man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it's been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well, Henrik said. Achilles covers his burnt lip, trying and failing to suppress a cough fit. She is in good health. She sends her regard to you, as well as she wishes for your swift return. Henrik frowns. For as long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. Achilles, so it does. Achilles drums himself for the chest with his augmented hand. You heard the clanging of metal against metal. Logic succeed. I am not so foolish to fail to notice the conversation in code. Your insight deserve credit, Road Trader, said Hendricks. Then again, I expected nothing less from Theodorus von Velasius' successor. Hendricks looks at Achilles. Sorry, guys. I need a sip of tea. Lovely. Allow me to introduce Achilles Calendar properly. In addition to his duties, the Secretary of Administratum, he acts as an agent of Golden Throne under my aegis. Master's calendar was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged into other matters in the Crown's expense. I'm sure you will find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with schemes of humanity falls within the borders of your protectorate. Oh, so this guy is really... oh, I really hope you're not a heretic. I really hope. He could be really useful. Greetings, Lord Legrand von Valancius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Wotvia's compliances on the capital vault. Do you know anything about what has become to Conrad? The former master whispers in is a heretic and traitor of the dynasty. Achilles nods grimly. Word of his treason reached the Dragonus late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately. Once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodore's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subject did their best to skin her life, and any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely that the wardens got to everyone who has allowed doubt into their hearts and now nurtures it in secret. So we can expect some assassins. That's good. That's good. I do like proper fight. I do like burning the heretics, purging the unclean. You promised me a report on the present state of affairs in the Protectorate. I have already forwarded all official reports to your Senchal. As for the conversation we're having right now, I would trust any paper or data slate with its content. You see, Lady Theodora May, the Emperor, have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dragona's political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on Capital World, and I thought it would be best to bring up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dragonis, much like nobles on the Moss world, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest or whom they deem to be the weakest. Oh, I would like to see that they pull it on me. The nobles of Dragons are well respected, rich, and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodore's favor for many years and found ways to rise above the rest of uh, diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own selfish interest, and each one expects that with the transition of powers they will retain and even add to their land and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the drive steams, the Kapaks, and Sobaks. Oh, Sobak! I should also mention the Viserion, not the noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle, to the Blue Bloods' great displeasure. Sobaks and Viserions, I guess, would be my favorites. Viserions for a reason, yeah? Sobaks especially. We have someone really interesting person and useful. Tell me about the drive stamps. The drive stamps are the ancient governor house of the Dragonos. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the Von Valancios protectorate, the fuller the coffer grow. Whoa. Their reputation is flawless except of the one detail we have evidence that urban Dravsam's rivals seem to have a misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the drive stems, but we lack solid proof and it might never surface. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. Would just like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of Von Valancius here, not his servants. Hair. What makes Gaprak special? The Gapraks hail from a remote forge world, and among the distant relatives there are many servants of the Messiah, and the house itself is close to the cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and their business connections. The Gapax oversaw the industrial shipment within your protectorate until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Kavya Gamma was severed, they've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. What can you tell me about the house Sobek? Religious and hardworking, the Sobeks own many enterprises including distillation manufacturums that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of Sobek family have been prone to over-liberal statement about the Von Valancios dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodore was a bit too keen to leave her rules without proper oversight. I would like to know about the Syrians. The Syrians are the line founded by Lady Theodora St. Charles and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dragonos, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title, a process which has been embedded for decades by the old houses of Dragonos, and secondly, the other families do not see them as equal, but more as abs abstracts clinging to the rogue traders' favor. The Viserians are responsible for the capital's walls, fleet, and the majority of the cargo shipments on the domestic routes. Um, every one of those psychopaths. Not everyone. What about the nobles? Was there anything else you wanted me to report? There was, your lordship, and this time it concerns the main reason of my presence on this planet, Xenos, and the threat they pose both to you and humanity as a whole. Oh, yes. Tell me, please. The last few months we have the last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scatter through the Coronos expanse, warp disturbance, astropaths overcome with madness, ship disappearing in the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or others. Still, I managed to establish communications with some key individuals who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Zin's raids. Achilles looks you in the eye without blinking. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when the Zenith will strike next. I do not doubt that the Governor Draftston will beg you for protection against the Zenith, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Legrand, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from Rogue Trader and his mighty warship to avert the disaster. I was thinking about it. Actually, I would like to change the governor. I do not like this Driveston. Anyway, I will say about that. Tell me about the noble houses of Dragonos. I will gladly. Oh, no. What are your responsibilities here in Dragons? Officially, I'm secretary at this World Administratum Department. Less officially, I'm afraid I cannot disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy taking root on upstanding planets of humanity. Above all else, I'm concerned about the Xenos threat and hangs over the entire Coronos expanse, including your protectorate. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbance, and I'm still trying to re-establish contacts with many of my agents. Xenos, the residents of local system are not strangers to the skirmishes with enemies of humanity, but recently the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We've received reports from ships that made it through the warp of Dragonos. Both they and the colonies that they departed from are being attacked. We have identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat as Drukari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. Be vigilant on your trails. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack Rogue Trader's ship should they find the circumstances to be in their favor. Drukari, yeah. Unfortunately, in the halls of humanity, there are those who are willing to grovel before our enemies in the hopes of valuable rewards. You may be interested to know that we are on the trail of such heretics. Achilles glances at data slate. Overwhelming evidence indicates that the plundered void station in Landgren's belt is being used as a base by a band of pirates who are not about dealing with Xenos. I was unable to persuade the Chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there, but perhaps you would like to pay a courtesy call to these scoundrels yourself. Greener's belt. Okay. Do you know anything about the cult of Final Dawn? My knowledge is deplorably limited, your lordship. All my attention has been focused on tracking Xenos activity. I'm certain that Master Van Calix can tell you much more about those heretics than I am. About your unofficial walk. Achilles assemble eye flash with interest. Yes? You serve rock trader or interrogators? Achilles glances at her next. And whom does the rogue trader serve? A golden throne? The protectorate? Could it be that one stems from the other, and so? Is there any sense in discussing it? No, I'm fine. I'm fine with all of that. Other questions? Scars on your face. About, he coughs, 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of Prometheum exploded in the storehouse at my estate, and I was buried alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dragona saved my body, except of my lungs, with which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life. For sure. But the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. Okay, must take my leave. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Dersim has arrived at the court. I imagine that the Chancellor is already prepared to arrange the meeting. All that left is to notify her that you are ready to see Urbans. Yeah. Okay. Ready to see the governor. Clementina bows before leaving. I shall arrange for him to be escorted to your study. Time passed to 2 hours. Oh, so good. The Grand Von Valacians. Twinies in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warn, the ruler of the coronal expanse from the Grange system to the 100 Dreams crossroads, I bid you welcome. Not just like Grand Von Valancius, Lord. Urban Drastic Governor of this world, first and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the losses of a woman as great as Theodora von Valacius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us, the citizens of Dragons and of the entire Protectorate. Grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. The governor glances at Kibela anxiously, then immediately averts his gaze. He looks at her again, but when Kibela lets out a grim chuckle and stretches her lips, daubed in fresh blood into a petrifying grin, the governor turns away from her sharply, all but squealing in fear. There is no need. I am the new ruler of the protectorate. Let my subjects rejoice at my arrival instead. The Buildman causes a wrinkles on drives and glossy face to soften. Your lordship, these are centuries-old traditions, sacred customs and rules. Do not forget who it is you serve, Urban drives them. If the rock trader's wish is not having a modern ceremony, a blast was grates unpleasantly, then so be it. Perhaps the revenue installed by Lady Theodora cares not for the sacred traditions of our founding ancestors. The governor gives a meaningful nod in Abelard's direction, but Legrand von Valausius is descendant of the true children of Dragonus. It behoves the ruler of the world honor its customs. Um, Say nothing. Abelard looks like he wants to object, but seeing you, aloofness simply crosses his arms without saying a word. Esteemed Legrand, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean in our wisdom and preserve in spite of its tragedy together, and let us carry on where she no longer can be leading the Von Valansens protectorate to even greater prosperity. The same gives you a look of admiration. It seems that he is quite aware of your fame, and the opportunity to curry favor with such an eminent figure is one he does not wish to miss. Alas, it won't be any easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, astropods of dragons flew into rage and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our abilities to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak and the roots are tangled and no longer lead to the systems that captains expect them to, given that the vast majority of the ships of the Dragonos Navy travel without replying on service of navigators without your engagement. Um, the well-being of one Valance's dynasty and billions of subjects is presently at risk. Uh, Kunrad Vodgvi, former Master of Whispers, is a heretic and traitor. Has he shown his face on Dragonus? The governor impensivelly strokes the ring glittering on his finger. Lord Voigtvir visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was blow to every one of us, and absence of any sort of uh, ver verifiable and complete information about the successor given grounds for all manners of rumors and misinterpretation, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering rock trader. However, Conrad Voigtwe was once a true boon to the protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Um, I sentence all who have dared to make heretical remarks about rock trader to servitude in perpetuus. Machines aren't prone to dissidents, so yeah, they will be servitors now. I shall immediately make all the arrangements so that your order can be carried out properly, Drivestein bows. We met a ship from Dragonos not too long ago. Crew was transporting a strange artifact and went mad during the flight. This is truly a regrettable bit of news. What more, living Dragonos has been forbidden for several cycles now. It seems the Viserion family has once again failed in their primary responsibilities. You better. He shoots up a lot. Condolence look. Oh, you better shut your mouth about it. We will investigate this at once, as well as the fact that the ship has to acquire a permit of Administratum Seal. Does your nephew still serve at the Administratum Palace? The governor processes a number of buttons on the cogitator built into his bracer and looks up at you in surprise. I don't understand. The ship did indeed depart from orbit, but it did so, if you can believe it, on the rogue trader's authorization. This is why no one dared to impede its departure. Lord Captain, it would seem that Conrad somehow got his hands on a copy of your authorization, or perhaps even the original. A tool like that in the hands of a traitor does not bode well. What exactly does the Dragon's nobility expect from me in light of the loss of roads of communications with other worlds? So yeah, this is really important questions for me. We are all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janos that supplied Dragonos and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomach can drive even the mildest rebel to revolt. Furthermore, House Garpak is retributed by the loss of communication with industrial world Caveat Gamma, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention is the panel world Wellboss. Wellboss? Yeah, Wellboss 6. One of the key mining supplies in your protectorate. Succeeds such intriguing concern for the Wellboss 6 outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Drasim's beadly eye widened in fear. Your lordship, I beg you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decision in any way. Oh, I do. You see, without Webos 6, the manufacturers on your world will need to make hustle to find new supplies elsewhere and arrange for new shipment, and in these troubled times they run risk of delay and other most tragic mishaps. My only concern is for the prosperity of von Valance's dynasty. I don't fucking trust you. I already visited the agri-world. Diana's governor Vayat found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Vayat line is one of the oldest in the von Valance's protectorate. If the inheritor of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, then the situation must be extraordinary indeed. Uh, Westenders commented on worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. Trust impales in terror. It is clear from the unseemly grimace on his aristocratic countenance that his fear is not Faint. 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 Oh my goodness, sorry. Looks like I'm a bit tired. Ruinous powers? Truly horrifying news. I commend your resolve and unwavering serenity. Death to the enemies of humanity. Oh. The deserts for the planets and trade routes. What else? Xenos, your lordship. I don't rightly know where to begin. He rubs a bridge of his nose really. Otherworldly beasts are not uncommon sight in the Corona's expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds this side of the Maw of the decades. 4 decades, but now those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear. They attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic chore of Dragonus. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are yet unable to transmit message. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in war against Xenos. According to his report, the region of Werebos 6 has been of particular concern in last few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Again, you're trying to convince me. Now to issues on smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox succession on the Sacred Warren. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weak of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Command the spinners of Bloodspawn Web. They will set final snare of retribution domain ground. We will whisper names, and that whisper will drown out insolent voices. Eliminate the most prominent consequently, but threaten entire families. Hopefully the steps will be enough to keep. I cannot what those hyenas are yapping about behind leaves and be. No. Make arrangements for public purges. All who have sold the rock trader's name must meet the death on executioner's block. Send the disguised nobles lavish gifts on my behalf and make sure that my generosity does not go unnoticed by the rest. This one seems like a really bad option. This one especially, you cannot close your eyes on what's happening around. Making public purges? Well, could be an option. Sending the gifts on my behalf? I would better send the command to spinners. But yeah. Let's try. It's my capital. It's an ability. They're really rough. They're plain rough always. Make arrangements for public purchase. All who have selected the rock trader's name must meet the death on the executioner's block. Or Eliminate the most prominent malcontents quietly, but do not threaten the entire families. Hopefully, these steps will be enough to kill. No. Making arrangements for public purges. With the hands done and stand and strong. Isn't that right, your lordship? You bear strong resemblance to Theodora von Velassen that I sought. May the stars shine upon her path in the darkness. It will be done. And one last thing, your lordship, your inauguration as bearer of the sacred warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you are intended to uphold the centuries-old tradition blossomed by an equality, long-lasting friendship of being represented on Dragonus by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, this duty will be accorded to House Drastim. Oh no. Viserion. Where's Viserion? Your presumption is wrong. I will bestow this honor to the Viserions. Abelard turns to you and bows respectfully. Lord Captain, to accompany you at such critical hour is greatest honor for the Viserions' bloodline. Have no fear, we will not fail you. Drivestem tosses Abelard a look that lacks even the smallest shred of respect. Forgive my boldness, but I must remind you that the Viserions, those lineage traces back to Navy officers, are not of the Dragonus nobility. Such decision may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your lordship. Drystem's faces breaks into a bitter smile. I shall immediately relay your command, most gracious rogue trader. Thank you for your time. Tell me about yourself and House Drivestem. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. My house is the oldest and most respected on Dragons. My ancestors walked side by side with your for many generations as they cared for the world's welfare. Our duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the system subsequent to you, and we are responsible for the protectorate, logistic and economic stability. As for me personally, I am a humble servant of the Emperor and loyal subject for the Rogue Trader, and to my great pleasure I had the honor of calling myself Lady Theodora's close friend. At Oberon's last word, Abelard lets out a sound that could be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Oberon gives him a look which Abelard meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. Yeah, this is what actually I was expecting for, and you know, the Viserions actually stand close to me. Abelard is actually literally spilling blood for me, and no one of your guys is on my vessel. No one of your I don't know, of your kin is on my vessel. 7 on my vessel. Prove me wrong, but I guess Viserions are more loyal. I would like to complete my inauguration as Rogue Trader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central water from Velasquez protectorate going through a crisis of warp disturbance. If what observed are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Okay, that will be all. I take it. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Sans duty calls. I shall take my leave. May the Emperor grace be with you. Really don't like this guy. And yeah, our spy, Darth Vader, he literally said that we need to be slightly more careful with this guy. Abelard. Which is a muscle. Okay. We visited this guy already. Helios. Nothing left to talk about. Yeah, okay, that's good. Clementine. Nothing left. Doug, that's good. Pascal. Taking some good time. And processing information. Oh, hello.
This could be an opportunity.
Yeah, I saw you, yeah. Oh, Cassia, my lady. Looks like our love story is suspended. Okay, so in total, Abelard, Solomon, Clementine, Achilles, Merchants. Guess that's it. No, not here. The Void Ship, Mundus Valances. The hell is that? Mundus Valances. High Factorum Yanis. Terrible news from Dragon's Lord Captain. Subsidiary Hive City, Scripton Siphion 84249 has been destroyed in series of cascading failures. Production has halted and millions of people have broken the vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the trampas line leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the disturbance of these refugees? Whoa. The whole hive city. Someone need to be responsible for this one. Series of cascading failures. That sounds like more diversion. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, what is the cause of the catastrophe? It is still unclear. The noble houses are casting blame on one another, of course. Agents are esteemed agents of esteemed Achilles calendar stationed in Scipion died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. The final reports mentioned some vulnerabilities in industrial sectors of the lower hives, but did not go into the further detail. All your servants are currently too busy dealing with consequences of crisis to investigate its causes. What say my advisors? The death of Achilles' engines troubles me. Yeah, it may not be a coincidence. Until the causes of disaster can be concertedly established, I would avoid letting refugees in other hives. I thought so about this one. There may be a saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. Yeah, the Emperor bids us to face the often cruel strokes of the fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of the tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I'm sure that Ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in wastelands and establish a community of proud desert dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions will be crucible for fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy is fit of spirit. Um, I do not wish to signal the hives. Um, yeah, set up prohibitive cordons at the perimeter of the hives. Yeah. I will draft a few orders for my informational dragons. The refugee quickly realized that they would not find shelter in the hives and dispersed across the wasteland. A harsh lesson in discipline has been delivered to the capital. One Calax's agent have run a thorough investigation to identify many of the refugees who had managed to reach and hide in the hives. Remembering how the rogue trader had threatened their relatives and neighbors, they could have plotted their revenge if only they hadn't been expelled into the wasteland. Okay. So what can we do here? Profit compliance. What's that? A new hive city will be established on top of ruins. Will be constructed on top of ruins. This will give us 5 skills to all, 5 bonus to all of their skills. That's a good one. I'm not sure, but it could be a good one. Surviving spawn of Sipsion will be rebuilt into a special elevator. It will be kept by an okay. Security, no. I actually to all colonies. Yeah, we will lost one profit factor, but that's okay. So I would like to get this one up and running. This could be really good one. But yeah, okay. That the refugee from Siphon be exterminated, set up cordons, and prohibited all the movement between the planet hives. Yeah. Anything else I like to do? This is what I would like to. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I already explored. I thought scanning needed. So we have some more interesting stuff to do around. This is, I don't know what's that. Forged. Oh yeah, the Forge World. I do remember this one. Still don't know Voyage of the Cosbalican ship. Yeah, okay. This one is Eye of the Magnetic Storm, Spoils of Prudence, Xeno Heresy. There is a lot of stuff here that's lost in the void. Something. Caviar Gamma. Oh, yeah. We need to go to Caviar Gamma right after we will complete a war bridge. And Gondly finds spreading sources disease walk over the lower decks, gathering Chart of infected voidsmen. If no measures are taken immediately, the entire bay could be turned into a den of heresy. I will personally go. Like as always, I need to level up all my other crew members just to increase the stats for the space combats. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Cultists of no.
I'll exterminate
Hello, guys.
every last one of you.
Your Emperor won't save you!
Blood barrel. Do you have some specific shotgun? Dark blessing. Each time it suffers a lot of damage or affects a physical phenomenon, but also a lot. Dark prayer. Yeah, you have a chance to become a major trait. Okay, so Solomon with Glater, Henrix with Echo. I guess. Oh, that's a barrel. Yeah, that's a barrel. Pascal Argent. Oh, wait a minute. I guess Argenta can go here. And Cassia and Leon is here. Something like that, I guess. Okay, let's. Oh, wait a minute, wait.
It's as good as
Cassia.
done.
Cassia is the first one.
I am a navigator,
Immediately,
not a
let's
servitor.
curse this guy and let's
I'll
start
see to it
eliminating
personally.
cultists. Some nice damages. And because you don't have any flaming weapon. No, shotgun, and a shotgun. Yeah,
Who if not
die.
me?
This guy.
As duty demands.
Another turn to Leon.
I'll make it happen.
Burn this guy.
It's as good as done.
Increase fire damage taken.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not
One
accustomed
or
to being
another.
boarded around.
Okay. This guy is so cursed. Toughness, willpower. All incoming warp damage. All incoming damage increased.
Death to non-believers!
Yeah.
Also mistake.
What's that? Not a good one. You know what? Let's use. Wait. a
I'll
minute.
do it.
This one. Now
Doubt
shoot.
is for the weak. Each strike is a
Goodbye.
prayer. I'll do it.
Run and gun.
I
Another
will
one
not.
shot.
This is why I was chosen.
58. Nice.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Out of my way!
Oh, we have someone from behind.
Chaos guides me!
Okay, that's fine.
That's
That's absolutely fine.
Understood. Lex is inescapable. It won't take long.
Done. And goodbye.
Assignment completed.
Yeah, you should stay there. Now I need Hendrix to give all the buffs. Where's Echo?
Let's see to
Here
it.
is 1,
I won't object to it.
2, and 3. That's a huge one. Now we can actually proceed forward.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
There are a lot of barrels around. Not good.
Reading damage to bulk.
Don't worry about that damage. You'll be fine. You'll walk over it. Wait a minute. Let's first of all do this one.
Prognosis is favorable.
Then you can go this way.
Request approved.
Yep. Perfect spot. Non-area attack.
The Omnissiah knows all.
Yeah, let's try non-area attack. This one. Missed. I should have tried area attack. I guess you'll be my
Approved.
Didn't even
victim.
flinch.
Wait a minute. Can I? Oh yeah, baby. But first of all,
On it.
Cassian, you can go here.
Step aside. The
To
navigator
agenda
is
some
coming.
additional stats.
Isn't this a job for
Let's
the
get rid of
serfs?
this guy. Oh, still alive. Okay.
Who if not me?
That's some damages.
You should feel honored to witness this.
That's definitely some
Help me,
damages.
Lord Captain.
Relax, you're fine.
Emperor, give me strength.
Just use this one.
Another enemy down.
Get
If I
rid of
may,
this guy.
try to die with grace, at least.
Who else? Henrix. Take some stats.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Where's this one? Okay,
Rejoice in battle.
let's go.
It's nothing.
Ah, it's fine. You'll be okay. Burn. Oh, so good.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Wait a minute. Protect.
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
Now. Let's move.
Moving into position.
Come on. Yep. Now.
One of us would be enough.
Fetch me his soul. Fetch me his
Let's
soul,
test our
please.
skills, Glato.
Into
damages. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. Let's collect. Okay, some grenades. I guess useful.
Is there money to be made?
Still, from time to time, we have some. Ooh, what's that? Huh? Wolves. What is those wolves? Okay. No, still come. Yeah, yeah,
Score
yeah.
the pain.
This is what I thought. Yeah, okay, never mind.
My options open.
We'll rest. Let's take everything and leave. Chart new routes. Oh, this is a dangerous boss. Let's enter the system. No space fights here. Yeah, no space fights. Unfortunately or not, I'm not sure. Let's quickly check this system for some interesting stuff. Maybe we will find something really interesting, some encounter. Like this one, Bones in the Desert. And this is going to wait until next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you really soon. Bye bye.